The Senate will come to order. Senator Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. President. Guests and colleagues, will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Majors, please call the roll.
Senators Aguilar, Baumgartner, Carroll, Cook, Crowder, Donovan, Garcia, Grantham, Guzman, Heath, Hill, Hodge, Holbert, John, Johnston, Jones, Kafalis, Kerr, Lambert, Lundberg, Marble, Martinez-Umenick, Merrifield, Neville, Newell, Roberts, Scheffel, Scott,
Excused.
Sonnenberg, Stedman, Tate, Todd, Ulibarri, Woods. Mr. President.
Here, with 34 present, 0 absent, 1 excused, we have a quorum. Senator Tate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning. I move that the reading of the Journal of Thursday, March 10th be dispensed with, and that it be approved as amended by the Secretary of the Senate.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted and the journal is approved. Reports of committees of reference.
March 10, 2016, Committee on Finance. Under consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: House Bill 1159 be amended as follows, and also amended before the Committee on Appropriations. A favorable recommendation. March 10, 2016, Committee on Finance. Under consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: House Bill 1158 be amended as follows, and as so amended before the Committee on Appropriations. With a favorable recommendation. March 10, 2016, Committee on Finance. Under consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 44 be postponed indefinitely. March 11, 2016, Committee on Appropriations. Under consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: House Bill 1163 be referred to the Committee of the Whole. Favorable recommendation, with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 11, 2016, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends following House Bill 1193 be referred to the Committee of the Whole, favorable recommendation, with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. March 11, 2016, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends following Senate Bill 83 be amended as follows and as so amended before the Committee of the Whole, favorable recommendation. March 11, 2016, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends following Senate Bill 124 be amended as follows and as so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole, favorable recommendation. March 11, 2016, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends following Senate Bill 106 be amended as follows and as so amended before the Committee of the Whole, favorable recommendation. March 10, 2016, Mr. President, the Committee on Health and Human Services had under consideration is at a hearing on the following appointments, recommends the appointments be placed on the consent calendar and confirmed. Members of the Colorado Children's Trust Fund Board for terms expiring November 7, 2018, Laura Jean Hazen of Centennial, Colorado, serves as a member with knowledge of child abuse prevention, reappointed. Erica M. McElroy of Aurora, Colorado, serves as a member with knowledge of child abuse prevention, appointed. March 10, 2016, Mr. President, the Committee on Health and Human Services had under consideration as at a hearing on the following appointments, recommends the appointments be placed on the consent calendar and confirmed. Members of the Medical Services Board for terms expiring July 1, 2017, Paul Malinkovich of Denver, Colorado, serves as Democrat from the 1st Congressional District and as a person with knowledge of medical assistance programs, reappointed. J. Michael Stahl of Grand Junction, Colorado, serves as an unaffiliated from the 3rd Congressional District and as a person with knowledge of the delivery of health care, reappointed. Jessica Lynn Coons of Loveland, Colorado, serves as a Democrat from the 2nd Congressional District and as a person with knowledge of medical assistance programs and occasioned by the resignation of Timothy P. Fox of Denver, Colorado, Democrat from the 1st Congressional District, appointed for a term expiring July 1, 2019. David Norris Potts of Salida, Colorado, serves as a Republican from the 5th Congressional District and as a person with knowledge of medical assistance programs, appointed.
Senate Services.
March 11, 2016, correctly re-engrossed Senate Bill 62, 115, and 116, correctly revised House Bills 1011, 1085, and 1151, correctly re-revised House Bills 1046, 1082, 1083, and 1144, correctly enrolled Senate Joint Resolution 13 and Senate Resolution 2.
Message from the House.
March 10, 2016, Mr. President, the House has postponed indefinitely Senate Bill 7. The bill is returned herewith.
Introduction of bills.
Senate Bill 153 by Senator Crowder and Representative Wilson concerning nominees for county court judges.
Senate Bill 153 is assigned to the Committee on Judiciary.
Senate Bill 154 by Senator Lundberg concerning the creation of income tax credits for non-public education.
Senate Bill 154 is assigned to the Committee on Education.
House Bill 1027 by Representative Danielson and Senators Todd and Sonnenberg concerning depositions in criminal cases in which an at-risk person may not be available for trial.
House Bill 1027 is assigned to the Committee on Judiciary.
House Bill 1184 by Representative Rankin and Senator Grantham concerning the administration of money that is required under existing law to be transferred from the high-cost support mechanism to the broadband fund.
House Bill 1184 is assigned to the Committee on Appropriations. Third reading of bills consent calendar. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title of all the bills on the third reading of bills consent calendar?
House Bill 1085 by Representative Thurlow and Senator Tate concerning simplifying the process for returning to a prior name after a decree of dissolution or legal separation has been entered. House Bill 1011 by Representative Vigil and Senators Garcia and Grantham concerning the removal of restrictions on the authority of a board of a metropolitan district to provide activities in support of business development within the district.
Majority Leader Scheffel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate adopt the bills listed on the third reading of bills for final passage consent calendar, which includes House Bill 1085 and House Bill 1011.
The motion before the body is the adoption of the bills on the third reading of bills consent calendar. Is there further discussion on either of the bills? Are there any no votes on either of the bills? With 34 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1085 is adopted. Co-sponsors: Senator Crowder, Senator Aguilar, Senator Newell, Senator Lundberg, Senator Stedman, Senator Holbert, Senator Grantham, Senator Kafalis, Senator Heath, Senator Baumgardner, Senator Lambert, Senator Garcia, Senator John, Mr. Majority Leader, Senator Roberts, Senator Woods, Senator Johnston, Senator Kerr, Senator Marble, Senator Merrifield, Senator Todd, Senator Martinez-Humenick, please add the president. With 34 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1011 is adopted. Co-sponsors: Senator Heath, Senator Hill, Senator Newell, Senator Kafalis, Senator Holbert, Senator Cook, Senator Hodge, Senator Todd, Senator Sonnenberg, Senator Baumgardner, Senator John, Senator Merrifield, Mr. Majority Leader, third reading of bills, final passage. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title to House Bill 1151?
House Bill 1151 by Representative Pomona, Senator Holberg, concerning the expansion and penalty mitigation under the alcohol beverage laws for vendors meeting the definition of a responsible vendor as provided by law.
Senator Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 1151 on third reading, final passage. Ask for an aye vote.
Is there further discussion? Seeing none, are there any no votes? With 34 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1151 is adopted. Co-sponsors: Mr. Majority Leader, Senator Crowder, Senator Heath, Senator Woods, Senator Merrifield, Senator Sonnenberg, Senator John, Senator Grantham, Senator Garcia, Majority Leader Scheffel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Having voted on the prevailing side of House Bill 1011, ask for reconsideration. Move for reconsideration.
The motion before the body is the reconsideration of House Bill 1011. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title to House Bill 1011?
House Bill 1011 by Representative Vehil and Senators Garcia and Grantham concerning the removal of restrictions on the authority of a board of metropolitan district to provide activities in support of business development within the district.
Majority Leader Scheffel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move House Bill 1011 on third reading for final passage.
Is there further discussion? Seeing none, are there any no votes? Senator Neville. Senator Marble. With 32 ayes, 2 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1011 is adopted. Co-sponsors: Senator Roberts, Senator Heath, Senator Baumgardner, Senator Hill, Senator Cook, Senator Holbert, Senator Newell, General Order, second reading of bills, consent calendar. Senator Lambert.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Senate will resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for the consideration of general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar. Senator Lambert will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. Court rule is relaxed. Mr. Majors, please read the titles of all the bills on the general order, second reading of bills, consent calendar.
House Bill 1061 by Representatives Carver and Norberg and Senator Todd concerning a requirement that the transportation infrastructure needs of federal military installations be given full consideration during the preparation of the comprehensive statewide transportation plan. House Bill 1122 by Representative Everett and Senators Hill and Marble concerning the use of remote starter systems on unintended vehicles.
Majority Leader Shuffle.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move the committee adopt the bills listed on the second reading of bills for consent calendar, which includes two bills, House Bill 1061 and House Bill 1122. Ask for an aye vote.
Is there any discussion? The motion before the body is the consideration or the adoption of all the bills in the general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. And the bills on the consent calendar are adopted. Majority Leader Shuffle.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion is for the committee to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. The committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come back to order. Senator Lambert.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee's had a number of bills under consideration. Mr. Majors, would you please read the report?
March 11, 2016, Mr. President, the committee whole basis reports under consideration of the following tax bills being second reading thereof makes following recommendations thereon. House Bill 1061, House Bill 1122, passed on second reading in order to revise, placed on the counter for third reading and final passage.
Senator Lambert.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the report.
You've heard the motion. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, are there any no votes? With 34 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, the report of the Committee of the Whole is adopted. House Bill 1061, House Bill 1122 passed on second reading and ordered, revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. General orders, second reading of bills. Majority Leader Shuffle.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate lay over the general order second reading of bills calendar to March 14th.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The general order second reading of bills calendar will lay over until March 14th. Consideration of governor's appointments consent calendar. Mr. Majors, would you please read the appointments?
Member of the Colorado Aeronautical Board for term expiring December 19, 2018, John William Reams, and Trita, Colorado, service member from the Western Slope and who represents local governments which operate airports, reappointed.
Majority Leader Shuffle.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate confirm the governor's appointments listed on the consideration of governor's appointments consent calendar, which includes a member of the Colorado Aeronautical Board.
You have heard the motion. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, are there any no votes on the appointment? With 34 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, John William Reams is appointed as a member of the Colorado Aeronautical Board. Introduction of resolutions. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title of Senate Joint Resolution 15?
Senate Joint Resolution 15 by Senator Lambert to represent Ryan concerning 75 years of the Civil Air Patrol in Colorado.
Majority Leader Shuffle.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate lay over Senate Joint Resolution 15 to March 14th.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senate Joint Resolution 15 will lay over until March 14th. Signing of bills.
March 4, 2016, the President signed House Bills 1012, 1025, 1028, 1057, 1076, 1081, and 1084, and 1086. Senate Bills 8, 14, 22, 29, 31, 50, and 66.
Announcements. I have one. Let's welcome back John McKay from Jeopardy! So you know he won't tell us anything about what happened there, but he's back. No. Ouch. It's a word. I got it. Further announcements. Senator Kafalis.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, colleagues. Mr. President, I request a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Thank you, sir. Colleagues, please join me in welcoming we have an esteemed guest this morning, one of our Larimer County Commissioners, Commissioner Lou Gator. Would you join me in welcoming him to the Senate? Thank you.
Please welcome Senator Gibbs, Commissioner Gibbs, all things Gibbs, back to the chamber. Senator Todd.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, colleagues. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. This morning on your desk, you received an invitation from Colorado Student Leaders Institute. We will have a group of students from all over the state joining us on Monday, and they are inviting you to come and say hello and give greetings at 9 o'clock on Monday morning in room 356 upstairs. Have a great weekend, and March Madness is upon us. And right now, I guess maybe I should just ask for a moment of personal privilege. May I have a moment of personal privilege, Mr.
This
President?
takes a unanimous consent.
Thank you.
The Todd rule. Granted.
Well, this is an exciting time for Aurora specifically. In the men's basketball tournament, 3 of the teams that are in the finals are all from Aurora. And Chatfield is Chatfield yours from Jefferson County? I can't remember who represents that area, but I'll challenge them. They're playing Overland tonight. And Senator Tate, you're wearing Overland colors, so thank you very much. And it's very exciting. Men and women's basketball tournament is alive and well, and the number of students that are engaged and involved in this activity is so exciting and so refreshing, from the basketball players to the team to the fans, the cheerleaders, the whole school, and what that brings to the acclaim. So hopefully I'll be back down here in next week cheering on and congratulating either Rangeview High School or Overland High School as the state champions. Thank you.
Senator Grantham.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, I have the privilege to introduce a couple of very special guests here today. Senator Sonnenberg might find this interesting because his greatest claim to fame, this one guest, is that he is from the greater metro area of Hugo, Colorado. But if you're a Bronco fan, and you're a longtime Bronco fan, you probably understand, if you've been paying attention to the history, you're an Orange Crush fan, you're an Elway era fan, you're a current era fan. This guy's been there and seen it all. Folks, we have the privilege of having in our midst the Greek. Steve Antonopoulos is here today, the head athletic trainer for the Denver Broncos and the assistant athletic trainer, Mike Sundin. So welcome both of them. And please make sure you get by and say hi to them and welcome them here to the Senate chambers. And
Senator Grantham will be fined $18 for failing to include the words World Championship in front of Denver Broncos.
I was not done, Mr. President.
You are now. You are now.
Oh.
Senator Grantham.
fines and fees that I will be needing to pay up here very shortly. Thank you all.
Committee reports.
March 10, 2016, Committee on Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends following House Bill 1170 before the Committee of the Whole favorable recommendation with the recommendation placed on the consent calendar. March 10, 2016, Committee on Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends following Senate Bill 61 be amended as follows and also amended before the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation.
Back to announcements. Senator Crowder.
Thank you, Mr. President. A moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
I appreciate the good Senator Todd from, I'm not sure what area. What's your district? Aurora. You know, I congratulate Overton. We have a situation in southern Colorado where history is in the making. The Sanford Indians actually have just won their 71st straight basketball game. And they've had, if they complete the championship, it'll be 4 years undefeated. And they have the opportunity to break the record next year, go undefeated. But I just thought I would give a shout out to Sanford High School, and it's the Sanford Indians, and just let people know that we're really proud of them. And we're proud of all of our basketball teams throughout the state. But I thought I would indicate that about Sanford. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you. Further announcements? Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the absence of any other announcements or introductions, I move that the Senate adjourn to 10 a.m. Monday, March 14th.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Senate will be adjourned until 10 a.m. Monday, March 14th.